And here I am again. On day 3, T9A in Bavaria is still telling about the upcoming 3rd edition of Fantasy Battles, the T9A's. Day 3 and topic number 3. I think that should go really well. So, I jump a bit behind. We'll go to here. Okay, we're now at the topic. Army Community Support wants your input for the 3.0 armies. I'll jump with you into the news and then we'll see what we find out. Okay, wow, that's a real small news. Greetings T9A's, our ACS team is looking for your input about the armies in the 3.0 edition. In this topic you'll find all the links. Thank you. Well, I guess I click the link and then I get here. Here, Laconas did collect all of our, I say our because, well, I'm an ACS. So our head, Laconas, did collect all of our info collection threads so that people can directly jump to them. Okay, so let's see what is asked. Well, I'll pick the Ogre Khans because that's my army. Well, at that time I wasn't its ACS, but I am now, so I'll pick it. So yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not Archeron, because at the time I wasn't ACS for Ogre Khans. It's Flo, just Flo, with Teenage in Bavaria, perhaps soon Tabletop in Bavaria. You'll get it. Okay, well, we are collections, it was collected, split with 3 basic questions. Which playstyles should the army offer and which ones are represented best right now? Okay. So, well, playstyles. What does exist? Desktop play. Yeah. So LMU, large unit. The MSU, multiple small units. MMU, multiple medium units, shooting, close combat, monster mash, the avoidance. Yeah, basically that should cover most still what people think about. Of course, there's combat avoidance and there's shooting avoidance and so on. No, but yeah. So, the team style flavor. Which units are iconic and essential for the feel of the army? Well, something which you think about go on when Ogre Khans is mentioned. Well, I guess most people won't expect an army full of small models on 20mm basis. So, but I was thinking about ogres. Yeah. So, but what part of the ogres armies? Is it the bombardiers, which are iconic for you? Are it the rock aurochs and frost mammoths? Are it the ogre buses? Is it the darts? Is it the scatapult and the thunder cannon? Well, what it is. Then are there any centerpieces important to the army? So, stuff which is really important for it working, for the feel, for, I have to have something of that. I have to have a boss, I have a monster, I have a glorious tyrant, or I have a shaman dwelling with fire magic, or something which is a really centerpiece for you. Then, which ones of those are currently doing their epicness well? Well, which things of those or as the center and which should be epic are epic now? Yeah. And of course, pick a few. Not all. Not everything can be equal epic, because then everything is equal stale. Okay, so which is the army's defining special rule? Is it, for example, is it stomp? Is it impact hits? Is it not suffering the effects of fear? Is it whatever it is? What says, yeah, if I read that rule, I know it must be an ogre. Then, so in the third, the army rules properties. Specific emphasis on a turn phase for the army. Strong or weak in something, in movement, in magic, in shooting, in close combat, being medium or average in all, or something, yeah. So, for example, is it, yeah, we are highly very maneuverable, with a monster list, or yeah, we don't have any cavalry. Oh no, we have. So, or is it? Are we more on the Waffenhold area of being in movement strengths? Or are we more on the Kingdom of Aquitaine area? Are we somewhere in between? Yeah, I think you get it. Magic. Well, is it? Is the army felt and expected to like Highburns, like Demonic Legion, like Sarin Ancient, who really hardcore crack with magic? And are boosted up with special rules, or should be boosted up with special rules, or are we more of the, yeah, that's magic, it's a good tool, but nothing fancy, nothing which a good hit with my club can't do either? Well, how about shooting? Is it shooting is what the opponent does before I eat it? Or shooting is what I do till they are close enough that I can eat them? Or is it something like I shoot them more, and then they're dead? I think, well, you get it. Then close combat, is it something that saying I want to avoid because the opponent is better? Or I shine in close combat, I rip out the flesh of the opposing models, or something in between? Yeah. Then the army defining special rules and edges to the basic rulebook special rules. Are there some things like, is this army has a lot of units with poison, or yes, this army has a lot of impact hits, it has a lot of storms, whatever it is, which is, yeah, that is what we have, what we shouldn't lose from the rulebook. Then, is it more a hero-focused or unit-focused army? Well, how important are the characters? Are they huge buff missions? Or are they hardcore brawlers doing the heavy work? Are they scalpels? No, never seen an ogre who's the scalpel, or who uses one. Or what are they? Are they cowboys? Are they blockers? Are they useless? Are they bringing flexibility? Whatever it is. Yeah, and then synergistic versus independent. Okay, my unit is worse than yours, but these guys over there buff me. Those guys debuff you. And I get 7 special rules because the Alex, Matthew, and Conan are standing near to me. So no one, come on, try it now. Or is it, hey, me and my 3 lads, we're gonna beat you up in close combat. Alone. What? The general is dead? Didn't like him anyway. So, let's get real. Or something in between. So, can the army play wide? Has it to play here centered? Or, yeah. Do models in the army support each other? Or are they, we're good on our own? A buff is nice, but never needed. So, yeah. That was the things the peoples and armies were asked. Well, I roleplayed a bit it from an ogre perspective, because that's what I am. But, yeah, every army got that. Some things with a bit more or less explanations or examples, but that's what everyone got. People answered. We forwarded the answers to the lead game designer and to the 3.0 team, and the answers are looked at this. So did go into the guidelines for the teams, translating and updating into the new rules and updating the army books, and will be used in more of the transition. And of course, once open beta hits, will also be used as a metric or support for what you all report back. Yeah. So, I guess, is it enough for now? I think I can scratch in a few more info. So, let's take a look here. Okay, yes, there's a roadmap. A roadmap. So, have a look at that roadmap. Okay, let's go. The roadmap. The roadmap to 3.0 plans for the next 6 months. So that was in November. So basically November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, till April we should get. So, well, okay. That was around the time where Dan and Ginger Smalley took over the PR communication. No? And I think at that time, around that time, Dan also took over managing the 3.0 work. So basically helping putting teams to get in contact with each other, checking if the teams do their work and so on, and that stuff. So, okay. So, well, yeah, it's intended to do. There's intention to do regular press releases of sort. Okay, good. Now, the teams currently involved is 3.0 are the game design team. Yeah. 3.0 task team, playtesters, pricing team, background team. Okay. Well, basically the army books will be transported to a pre-alpha so that they are compatible with the planned basic rulebook changes, and with that those can be tested. It can be seen how they work out. And out in game and out for the armies. Then the next thing is delivery of guidelines, which include scope and expectations for changes. That is what the data, the survey data of the survey I presented you just, that will be used for it. Initial drafts handed to the background team and the 3.0 team for review. Well, I guess if I sneak in a spaceship into my translation of the Ogre Khan's book to the pre-alpha, then I guess background team and the 3.0 task team will justified say, Flo, no. Okay, yeah. Well, then the feedback from them will be handed back to the game's design team for implementation. What kind of feedback, for example? Yeah, let's say the Here's there are changes to magic, and then the background team takes a look on it. If the way magic is planned to be done still works with what we wrote about it. So if, for example, the changes to magic are there's no magic, doesn't exist, well, background team then says, ahem, we have to have a few words about that. Then, after GDT has implemented the things, the next thing is the core rules and army books are adjusted with task team and pricing team pricing. Then the playtesting team playtests, and its feedback is handed to background team and 3.0 team. Then at one time the stakeholders' feedback is handed back to the games designer team. And at one time the core rules army books are converted to alpha. Well, alpha basically being now we can or should someone start open public playtesting. Well, we aren't there yet. I feel that we are only a few bigger incarnations away from it. And I have it in the feelings that relatively soon you'll get a bit more info on that, either through news or through following me through. Of course, I won't leak anything which could not be found by you if you knew where to look. But there are a few things I'm quite sure you haven't found because you didn't knew where to look.